Okay, I wanted to run out just because I didn't know how many zombies were there. So I figured if it gave them time to close in. Oh yeah, if we let that get in there, we would have, like, that would have been done. So yeah, the moment we had a zombie come in, we just ran out as soon as we could. Well, that is a whole lot of bad news. I'm definitely seeing a lack of katana in this group too, which is even more disappointing. Oh yeah, we'll just aggro all of them. Everyone, come on. Let's go. It's fine. Let's get this party started. Let's try not to aggro that group down there. I guess instead we'll just aggro this group up here. It's fine. All the zombies are ours. No, stop moving everywhere I'm trying to go. Stop it. I don't know where you're all coming from, but I don't like it. Alright, we're taking a walk down the road and killing him down the road. So at least I know a way I can go. It's fine. We'll just get all of them. It's okay. Ooh, I looked over just about to see what the zombie situation was on. Luckily, I don't know if we ran in time or just maneuvered around her, but whew. That was close. Yeah, it happens. It's okay. We'll slowly make them go and have less and less zombies. We saw a katana in this area and we want it, but it's not in the pack of zombies following us, and that makes me sad. They're just, work the whole way home, little by little. We did not get the station wagon back to the gas station yet. Basically where we're at is we're clearing out the zombies the helicopter left behind. And it's been a bit of a chore, unfortunately. It's a pretty large group of zombies. This is just part of it. We aggroed way too much and we're just dealing with it. But we are working on getting that station wagon back. We did manage to sleep one night in the country club nearby. Slept another night where we just got to like the very first building in the trailer park, shut the door to the bathroom, sat down in a chair, and called it a bed. Which is fine, especially in a pinch like this. Okay, no problem. Yeah, like we walked past the station wagon, we could have driven off with it kind of thing, but we've been just killing zombies. And our goal is to get that area cleared out next anyways, so we're here, we're just gonna do it. I mean, at the moment, we're almost back towards the road that goes past the country club, which is not what I want, but we're killing a lot of zombies that are in the way, along the way, so not all bad. There's a place with a hunting knife on that one. So hunting knife is nice and on its own in the middle of the road. That should be too hard to find. just not anticipating the second wave, but okay, here we are. The good news is we have a decent-sized walk that we can do to recover our stamina. I think this is a hunting knife one. Yep. And also, this is how Ellen is celebrating her Christmas. So, not a particularly original person. She's like, Christmas, same thing we do every day. Murder zombie. Okay. But yeah, so at this point what we're working on is there is the factory warehouse. We were pretty close to across the, I mean, we're actually next to the storage unit, which is kind of diagonal to the factory warehouse. But basically we're trying to clear out this area up ahead. We did get pushed back way farther than I really wanted, and these are just stragglers from that giant group of zombies we were fighting. Maybe hordes that were out in the trees heard all the noise but didn't actually see me. Could also be that. Either way, they gotta go. Getting really close to 20,000 zombie kills, which will be nice to pass that milestone. Again, pretty close to 6 months survived as well. Any weapon I wish would be added to the game. I do like the idea of having one more long blade. Keep it rare, doing all that kind of stuff. But I do want like a long sword or a bastard sword kind of thing. Like, you know, what jokingly people call 1.5-hander. So my thought would be it'd be slower than the katana. But like a little bit better, you know, so far as just one-hitting stuff early on, which really isn't necessary. Well, no, actually, let's not make it better than the katana and the one-tapping. Let's just say it's more durable than the katana is. Still keep it super rare. It's a little slower. But like the thing, like the durability is the thing that makes up for it. Like it's just a more durable thing. it's got a little bit more reach than like the machete and all that. So, like, it have a bit more range advantage compared to some of the other, long blades. And it's, like, not actually a thing that it needs to be in the game for, like, a balance reason or anything. Just having the katana here, I'm like, you know, there'd be people going around with some of the English... What? English-style swords as well. Because, like, the guns, I don't have a like, I don't use the guns particularly much. I don't feel like I need anything in the guns. I could also potentially go for, like, a sturdier knife. Like, even if damage-wise it was kind of in the same ballpark as a hunting knife, but, you know, a little rarer, but a little more durable, I'd go for that. You know, now I think about it, so, like, the spear has the extremely rare, garden fork. You know, the long blades are all super rare. The fireman's axe isn't particularly common. I could certainly go for, like, a knife kind of in that same rareness, where it's like, okay, it's a bit better than the hunting knife, but, you know, you'll never be able to get enough to just use nothing but them, realistically. Like, there's just, I mean, you'd have to be, like, maintenance skill, like, 10 with lucky or whatever. But I go for something like that. Yeah, I think I'd probably want the knife more than the, where I mentioned the bigger, like, broadsword kind of thing. Like, just some type of sturdy blade knife. Even if the damage is, like, only, like, around the hunting knife's damage or, like, negligibly better. Just something slightly better for the knives. Axial. That sucks. But yeah, it does happen. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully the death was one of those ones you actually got to learn something from. My apologies. Because the deaths that, like, you almost never learn anything from, then, you know, those ones that just don't feel good. Any tip which the car doesn't stop... let's see. Give me just 2 seconds to kill these 2 zombies and I'll catch up with chat. Okay. So first thing was tower going. Have you used the bayonet? Saw it on a stream once. The bayonet, if it exists, is probably a mod. I don't believe there's a bayonet in the base game at all, because I've never found one, and I suspect at this point if there was one, I would have found it. But it's possible, that's just super rare. But it's probably a mod. And then Axizal says, any tips which car doesn't stop driving off the road? Aren't these bulldozers? 4-wheel drive? So the tip I will give you is if you're going to off-road a car, set your cruise control to like 10-15 miles per hour. Because what ultimately tends to happen is you go off the side of the road, it kicks into like 2nd or 3rd gear and has just no torque, and the engine is just not smart enough to downshift. Yeah, so your cars just aren't smart enough to downshift, so if you're like in 4th gear and you go into the grass, your car will just drag to a halt after a while. But if you get off the road and you immediately like tap your brakes and then hit forward again, you'll be back in first gear. But yeah, it is one of my complaints that the engines just don't like to downshift ever. So like the only way I've gotten the car downshift is to tap the brakes. Other thing to do is keep your tires inflated. That helps with off-road. I mean, it helps with driving in general, but you notice it more when it's off-road. Yeah, the gears will absolutely get you. Like, if you're just flooring it down the road and you go off-road, unless you manage to, like, you'll start losing speeds, but unless you manage to, like, pop over the other side, then you'll go. So, it's just tap your brakes to drop back to first. Yeah, just tap the brakes to drop back to first. And then usually what I'll do is I'll either, you know, deal with trying to, like, just drive and tap my brakes again and again to, like, keep in first. Or I'll set cruise control to like 10 miles per hour, whatever the units are in this, but 10 miles per hour. Because that you know you'll stay in first. 15 you'll usually stay in first, but I have had certain vehicles that'll ever so slightly pop into second. But the goal is to keep it in first gear. Because that's when you have the maximum torque. Yeah, I mean, and I only learned it the same way you did, which is I went out the road and like, why does my car suck? Like, why is like we've been driving off road all day? Why does it suddenly suck? And then you realize like you're in third gear and your car's just like, I can't do it. Downshift, brah. But the automatic transmission is just absolutely not about downshifting. Yeah, so like, honestly, as I'm driving around, I use cruise control pretty much anywhere I go. And if I get stuck off-roading, I'll lower the speed a lot. Just to make sure I'm staying in cruise control in a lower gear. Oh yeah, here, actually, I haven't done it yet this stream, so let me go through a few things that when you start playing the game, I would recommend. So, before you do anything else in the game, hit escape, go to options, go to your display tab. Now, the first one, if you're going to be playing any long length games or very high zombie pops, this blood decals, I would recommend setting it to none. And the reason for that is what happens is every single time you kill a zombie, it falls over, it puts a little blood splat on the walls, sometimes on the floors, like a little blood splat will show up. That's cool, adds to the ambience. Those never go away, ever. So what ends up happening is you kill more and more zombies, more and more blood splats are showing up, more and more things are being loaded into your game's resources. Eventually this becomes an absolute performance nightmare. So if you're, not lasting particularly long or you're not doing particularly high zombie pops, it may not be an issue, but if you just keep surviving and killing zombies, eventually it will bring your game to its knees. You next have the ISO cursor visibility. I believe this by default is now on 50, but in case it's not, you want it at 50 or 75, and I'll show you what that is in a minute. This is purely preference, but if you want to show your mouse cursor while aiming, that's worth doing to help you keep track of your mouse, because losing your mouse is awful. But that's when you hold right mouse button that you see your cursor. Just whatever your preferences are. And then what you were just asking about, the aim outline. I would change this by default, I believe it's on ranged weapons, to any weapon. And that's what gives you the little green outline when a zombie is in range. And it'll also let you know what zombie you're going to hit, which can be very important because sometimes the game will make decisions counter to what you would want the decision to be. The one that specifically comes to mind is if I have a zombie crawling on the ground towards me. Like, let's say there's a zombie, two zombies here, where I'm looking. One is crawling at me, and the other one is laying down but just starting to get up. My game will prioritize the one getting up, not the crawler. The crawler, in my personal opinion, is my immediate threat, versus the one getting up is an imminent threat. It's not quite immediate, but it will be a threat very soon. but the game will target the one that is getting up. Now, if I see that green outline on the one getting up and not the one crawling, I'm going to just back up real fast. So the ISO cursor outline I mentioned, if you look at where I'm aiming, you'll see like that little circle behind. That circle is where I'm actually aiming. So it's good to be able to see that really easily, so that visibility just makes it stand out more. Like in this case, it's very easy to see when you're on like snow and stuff that's like really high, like very bright or very dark, it's easy to see. It's when you're kind of in an area that's like a little foggy, kind of in the middle area, that it can be really hard to see at times. I can also show you when I find another zombie, a trick that's good to know, or at least to be aware of. Ah, perfect. It looks like we got just you by yourself. So, we have this zombie here. We're fighting, and the zombie falls over. I said the zombie falls over. Come on, zombie. Cooperate. I said cooperate. Thank you. So zombie falls over. If I stand on the zombie, or another zombie stands on the zombie, that zombie is pinned down and is no longer a threat. I'm a little hungry, so I'm actually going to go ahead and eat while I'm standing on this zombie. Alright, so we have another zombie coming. Come on, finish. I wanted to show you that I could stand on the zombie and fight it, but we had to finish eating our food before I could fight. But the point is, you and other zombies can pin them down. So that's one of many reasons why it's a really good idea to try and line up the zombies, like almost like they're queuing to line up to fight you, as opposed to like grouping in a big wall. Because if you queue and I knock over the first zombie, then the entire queue of zombies behind it are just going to parade over its face, and that zombie's effectively taken out of the fight until it gets to the end of the line or a big enough gap in the line that it can get back up. So it's a nice way of like keeping the zombies from just overwhelming you. What you don't want to do though is ever fight zombies when they're perpendicular to where you're facing. So like if I'm facing to the right and the zombies are like this, up to down, you never want to try and go for hits on that, because what'll happen is I'll poke the one in the middle, and then the other ones will just come by and just get me from the sides, and fast way to die. Those ones look like they're almost like they're migrating. They removed them before I could possibly have been in line of sight of them yet. Yep, it's just like they knock the one over and the others just stampede right on over. So until there's a gap in the stampede, they're out of the fight, which is excellent. I will caution you though, do not stand on crawlers. They break the rules and they'll bite your ankles. But any other zombies you knock over, free game. These are definitely migrating. They're getting sleepy again, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so those are all kind of tips for fighting. Yeah, crawlers could be oh, my settings command is probably, yeah, sorry, that setting command is way out of date. My apologies. I need to update that command. So settings, our current settings are, we are set to 4 times population, 4 times peak, 4 times base population, 4 times peak population, 4 times initial population. Peak day is 1, so that way we have a 16x run, so that's maximum zombies possible. Respawn time is set to 0, which means no respawn. I am going to just leave that one alone, because the username and the message just make me think it's weird. Like, kind of the not biting thing. The redistribution time is set to whatever the default is. Like, basically, we're running effectively Apocalypse with the zombie population turned way up, respawns turned off. I mean, zombies turned all the way up, I should say. Respawns turned off, and multiple, or helicopters set to sometimes. And then just the map, mini-map stuff, like, that's turned on. But, like, just redistribution time, migration time, all that's default. And we haven't gone to a bunch of advanced zombie lore and changed anything. We haven't changed any of the loot tables. It's all still on. I believe rare is what the default is. But yeah, I need to update that message. It's been well over a month since I've done the release CDDA. Like, we effectively, quote-unquote, won it in the sense that our character survived all the way to spring, we got our farm going, we got fishing going, like, it's now just a normal run with rare loot. Yeah, that's the reason we were done with the really CDDA is like, oh, like, we basically did the thing. It took a good couple attempts at, like, getting it rounds off the ground is the hardest part, but it took us, like, 2, maybe 3 times we actually got off the ground before we just flat out won it. Because honestly, extreme rare loot was not that bad. Like, I actually really enjoyed the playstyle. I've debated a number of times just turning it on. Well, I'm glad. That is a kind of the point of it. Like, it's to entertain, and hopefully people learn stuff too. That's always good. Now, because we're tired, like, I really should just be backing out, like, going back. But I just want to get my car. I want to leave. Like, we slept the night thinking, oh, hey, we can sleep the night here. We can clear out some zombies. We're getting to that point where my food is starting to get a little low. I need to top off my water. The weapon supply is getting a little low, so it is time for us to get out of here. I just don't want to walk away. Yeah, we probably won't be sleeping in the chair tonight. I need to restock. I do have like a full-on base in Ekron. It's just, the reason we're not walking back there is it's just a ridiculously long walk and I don't want to do it. Like, we can do it. It's fine. I just really don't want to. I mean, frankly, it's not even a short drive. And we're getting nauseous again because we're on bodies. That happens a lot in these runs because, you know, there's a few bodies involved in this run. Just a couple. Oh, come on. We're so close to our car, just let me. Like, I know I could probably run for it, you know, grab it and go. But I'd rather just get there peacefully. Okay. But yeah, the chairs, like, so they're not good sleep. When you wake up, it like takes back about a third of the sleep you got. Or I should say, that's not all correct. Basically, when you sleep, your entire sleep or your fatigue meter goes down to 0. But what happens when you sleep in a poor thing to sleep, like, you know, a stool, a wooden chair, that kind of thing, it'll put you about a third of the way to drowsy when you wake up. Which means, you know, if you're heading to bed at drowsy, it just took away a third of the day's worth of work before you can, you know, have to go back to sleep. So, by all means, use them, because sleep better than no sleep. But it is all those consequences of, it is cutting into how much you can get done in the day quite a bit. They can also give you neck pain, but that's pretty irrelevant in all honesty. Come on, we're getting way too tired. I need to reach this vehicle. Alright, so another tick sleep here. That's really not what you want. We push, there's more aggro. Alright, just let me get to my car. We're like one corner away. There's probably another horde or two. Just let me get there. Let me get there and I'll be out of your hair for the better part of a day. We're clearly just continuing to pick up more and more zombies from the sides. I'm seeing if we can't draw them to one side, just bypass them, grab the car, and get out of here at this point. We're at that point we need to stop. We should have stopped fighting with the door. Alright, we bypass them. Let's just cruise on by. Let's get our car and get out of here. Yeah, winter has been pretty chill this time. Like, I've had it where the entire map is snowed over, like when we were doing the cryogenic winter challenge, but this winter we've had, like, a little smattering of snow, like, here and there, and that's about it. Like, it hasn't stayed below freezing for more than, like, a day. So the challenge isn't going to be this part, it's going to be when we get near the car, there's a good chance there'll just be zombies in that area. I did keep the radio off and the engine off for the car. So zombies should have no reason to be swarming the car itself beyond just being in that general vicinity. They shouldn't be attracted to it or anything. Alright, there's our car. There's a group of zombies pretty close to it, basically at it. We looped around hoping to draw the zombies away from the car so I can start it, and then we're just going to floor it backwards. Try and get away from the zombies. Of course, that'd be the time it's like, nope, not gonna start, can't make me. You're not the boss of me. That was dodgy. Hey zombies, if you don't mind, I just want to go around you. I don't want trouble. We don't want to go too fast because we got hordes of zombies we gotta deal with. And we got tons of bodies. So I'm going to have to take my time going over here so I don't launch the car off the road or anything. Then once we get past the bodies, we'll go fast. Yeah, I finally gave up trying to like fight my way back to the car, and we just grabbed the car and we're getting out of here. Unfortunately, I covered the entire road with bodies. That's okay. We've killed almost, I think almost 1,000 zombies on stream today. Not quite, but getting there. Because I believe we managed to get just a little bit over 19,000 zombies in the last stream. And the stream before that we did Project Zomboid was 18,000 zombies that we'd gone up to, which that stream we had killed over 3,000. Yeah, so to clear out a whole bunch of zombies once we get through here. There's more zombies over there. Do I have a mod for the fly noise? Yeah, actually, I can bring down the fly noise. Yeah, so if you go into audio, there's the advanced audio mod. What would that even be? Probably world? Corpse flies. So we turn it way down. Oh yeah. But yeah, there's a mod called advanced audio. It's like advanced audio something other, but as you can see, you can change all of the audio. So like you can see where I've gone in here like the strike from spearfishing. I just said like no, I don't want it. So like the only sounds we've really changed on this is I took the... What do you have? Oh, it's just a hat. So I'm gonna have to do some cleanup from zombies that got moved around by the helicopter, I assume. But I lowered the sound for the spearfishing because the splash is just obnoxiously loud. I've lowered the sound for a number of the horns. Just, again, they're really loud. I know people like to chill out and vibe with kind of the stream. So last thing I want to do is be blasting people with a horn for like 5 solid minutes as we're clearing out of town, so I had made that quieter. Same with the sirens, like the police siren, I've turned those way down, that way, you know, you can still kind of hear them, but they're nice and quiet. That way, you know, when I'm clearing stuff and I have to have the sirens going for a minute or two, I'm not blasting everyone's ears with sirens for 2-3 minutes at a time. Yeah. Otherwise, I leave most of the sounds alone. I know some people will use the mod to try and help themselves survive. So what they'll do is they'll like make it so the noises the zombies make are much louder. But I never felt a need for that, and like also that feels a little cheaty. But yeah, we are heading back towards the house because our food is getting a little bit low. We need to restock up on weapons. Like, that helicopter brought all the zombies in the area, which is fine, like, that was the intention. I just didn't anticipate Queen being as rough as it was. The good news is this area that we've declared, like, cleared for a long time, like, we haven't seen, like, you can see, like, there's been one zombie here, like, another one here. Like, there's no zombies showing up way down here anymore, which is good. That's the idea, is as we move around, there'll be less and less zombies in the area. I still need to get my hands on anything with sirens that drives well. Because then as we roll around these areas, I can just blast the sirens the whole way. But yeah, that's the reason I want to recover the car, is as fast as we're going in the car, you can imagine how long it'd take me to walk this. It may be something that I need to do, is to strategically place cars throughout the map. Like, as we just get a bunch of cars, just go, okay, well, I have a car here that in case something happens, I have a car I can just walk to. Alright, no signs of trouble. Go ahead and gas ourselves up. How's the generator holding up down here? It's fine. Alright, the canned goods and all that'll be in here. Oh, that doesn't go here. All right. Let's grab a bunch of those. Do we have any weapons we can put on our back that are over here? Yeah, we'll bring the shovel. Didn't really want to bring the shovel, but we'll bring the shovel. check the veggies so I can grab some radishes. Alright, that might be it for those. What am I missing with the veggies here? I've got the cabbage, I've got the carrots. Oh, we're out of broccoli. That's fine. Like, we've just run out entirely of that. That's okay.